All right, guys, what is up? I am Mitchell Reese, and today we're going to be doing a market update for October as we're heading into 2025. Rates have dropped. People are asking what's going on. Is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? I've got you because I am Mitchell Reese, your Salt Lake realtor. That's what we're going to be talking about today in today's market update. So let's go ahead and take a look at these numbers, talk about what they mean. So let's get right into it. If you're interested in buying, selling, or investing in Utah, make sure to give me a call or text. And then make sure as well to come back to the channel, like the video, it really helps me out. Subscribe and hit that bell icon. But without further ado, let's get started with this monthly market update. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at these numbers. So we're not just gonna be looking at Salt Lake, we're gonna be looking at Salt Lake County as a whole. And we're looking at price ranges from 0 to $1 million. So those luxury, those transactions don't skew the numbers here in that sense. And then we're looking at just single family homes. If you want a video about townhomes or about luxury, leave a comment down below and I will make a video covering those numbers so we can talk about people maybe looking to downsize or look into getting their first home in a townhome here in Salt Lake County. So let's get started. And so this is all the different metrics we're going to be talking about. But let's go ahead and get started with the first one. So new listings as of September 2024, 792. It's gone down a little bit since last month. And usually every month or every year, it's a pretty similar pattern. New listings, a lot of them in the spring and summer, go down in the fall and the winter, at the start of the year and the end. And the last few years, it's been a lot lower. Inventory has been down. That's what has been the problem with the recent years. There hasn't been very much inventory, and we can talk about later why it would be really surprising to see a crash in the market when we have such low inventory. But I mean, this has shown that it's gone up a little bit and it might be starting to normal out as we start to expect more inventory to come in with rates going down and builders trying to make more inventory, trying to make up for the fact that Utah is one of the fastest growing states in the entire country. Salt Lake is the fastest growing city in the entire country. So let's keep going here with pending sales. A lot more sales have started in the recent days in this last month, especially with the rates starting to come down and anticipated rates to continue to come down. More people are ready to buy, but it hasn't quite taken action yet, and that's what will show up in this next one. So those pending sales have started, people have started to negotiate deals, but those haven't gone through yet. So the number of closed sales has actually gone down in the last month. Compared to last year, about 100 less, but still kind of a tell of what's going on right now. Okay, so days on market until sale, we're looking at 38 days. It's only gone down once since August. And so there hasn't been a lot of days on market recently, which has been pretty surprising. With the last year or two, it's been a little bit higher than kind of the average in the years previous. This is when homes were selling like crazy left and right, and then that big turnaround kind of correcting. There was a lot more days on market. Homes were sitting on the market on an average of 2 months or more, but now it's starting to correct a little bit, and we might be starting to see a little bit more normal, but we'll see what happens with the rates going down, or at least the expect of rates going down in the coming months. So this is the one that breaks my heart, that kills everyone. Feels like you've been stabbed in the back when looking at the median sales price just since 2015. If you can remember back before Trump's first term, kind of feels like a long time ago. Feels like it's been kind of a daze, and we've all been in a weird situation ever since then. You know, politics has gone crazy, the world's gone crazy, and prices have gone up, and they were really at their highest 2022 in these areas, but looks like, you know, a little bit of correction has happened because of homes sitting on the market, buyers not willing to buy, and there hasn't been as much inventory. So sales has come down just a little bit in the past couple of months, and that reflects also within the average sales price. So when there's not as much demand and there's not as much supply, kind of a weird spot. But yeah, homes aren't going to sell for as much as they have in the past, but it's still, you know, very high compared to what we're used to. It's looking like this is probably the new normal. Real estate doubles every 15 years, which is why everyone says that real estate is always a smart investment. So moving on to percent of original list price received. We're looking at some lower numbers. Obviously, it's usually normal that people get a little bit less than sales price. And you know, as you get closer and closer to 100%, that's when you say it's more of a seller's market. But then this was the heyday where people were getting bidding wars left and right on their listings. And then there's obviously the big correction. And today we're at 97.6, just a little bit higher than last month, than the previous month. So it's still a buyer's market. You can negotiate getting the final price of homes you buy pretty easily, and this is just another indicator of how well you can, or how often you can negotiate that lower price than what they're going for. Every time I'm on the MLS, you're seeing the original list price and what they currently have it listed as, and it's always lower. So that's what's going on with percent of original list price received. All right, so kind of going along with inventory, new inventory, we're talking about just overall inventory in this. Almost 1,300 listings as of September. And a year ago, it was pretty similar. You know, like we talked about before, in the middle of the year, spring and summer, there's usually a little more. And in the fall and winter, it drops down. And this is what I talk about, where it would be very surprising if there was some kind of crash. You know, you can never time the market. You can never say what's going to happen. But there was so much more inventory and such little demand back in 2008. And there was less in 2015 than there was in 2008. So we're not even really close to what 2015 looked like, much less 2008. So that's why it'd be very surprising when there's that high demand, or that low demand and high amount of inventory, which is not what we're seeing today. There's a lot of people sitting on the sidelines with not as much inventory. Then you're usually not looking at any kind of crash happening anytime soon. But it does look like, thank goodness, builders are building and trying to make up for the fact that people are moving to Utah. And so inventory is coming up a little bit. So in the last year or so, it was actually really low. But now we are in the 1,300 range with the inventory of homes for sale in September. So, and that just kind of goes along with the months of supply. But yeah, that's what's going on with the market in Salt Lake County for single family homes. I hope some of that made sense. If you want to know more about, is it the time to buy, is it the time to sell? If you would ask me right now, it's time to buy. Let's take advantage of having a lower price and getting it lower than the listing price when it comes to anticipating rates going down. So buy now while the prices will stay where they're at right now, and refinance later to bring your monthly mortgage payment down. And sellers, now is time to hold off. So if you can use some of your equity to buy a home right now and then hold off for around the election or Christmas time for when buyers are going to flood the market and prices are going to rise. That's going to be the time to sell your house. So I hope all this makes sense. If you want to know more, make sure to give me a call or text. I'm your expert on the market here in Salt Lake and Salt Lake County and just Utah in general. I'm your real estate agent, Mitchell Reese. And if you want to see more about the market, more homes, more home tours, and more about Salt Lake itself, you know, where to eat, what fun things there are to do, what you should know before moving here, make sure to come back to the channel. It really helps when you like the video. It really helps when you subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified straight to your phone. So thank you so much for coming to the channel. Once again, I'm Mitchell Reese, your Salt Lake realtor, and we'll see you guys in the next video.